Hey Lamau, my name is Dinnersaur, and this game is Love Ribbon. It is $10 on Steam, 10% off now, but that'll end soon. It was a sale like first week of release. It was actually released I think like 2-3 days ago, something like that. Yeah. Well, anyways, Everlasting Summer. The files got corrupted on it, and I cannot save or load any file. The game still runs. It just doesn't load or save. So I lost my save file. If I wanted to record more, I have to go through it all. I have to go through the first part again and start off where I left off. And I think I have to like keep playing and recording so I don't lose my spot, or I have to remember it later. But anyway, the game Love Ribbon is about these two sisters. One, I think, details are a bit fuzzy on this. I don't know much about it. But there are these two sisters. One is at college, I believe. And in her own place. In her own like apartment or something. And then the other sister, who she didn't know existed, goes to live with that sister. I'm not sure, I guess. But let's start the game. There's one shaky screen. I stretch my arms out wide as I take my first step off the bus. My body is stiff after being seated for what feels like half a day, and various joints crack in response to my movement. At the same time, I fill my lungs with fresh air. After being trapped inside of a bus all day, the air outside has a refreshing taste to it. Crack. Ouch. I don't think I'm going to say crack, but you know. Ah, jeez. It's only been a few hours. Tough enough, Iris. With a loud crack of my neck, I finished limbering up and hit the road. I don't think I've ever, purposely cracked my neck before. I wonder how that feels. I keep an eye out for any street signs that might help me to gather my bearings. While I have a rough idea of where I am, I have never been to the city before, nor am I traveling with anybody who might. I'm all alone in a brand new city, my home for at least the next year. This is hopeless. I can't see anything helpful. Maybe I should ask for help after all. As if on cue, my cell phone begins to vibrate with an incoming call. It's Dad. Sorry, I can't talk right now, Dad. I am lost in a city. After a few rings, I pick up. His voice is cheerful and vibrant. Iris, I thought it was about time for me to call. How was it? Do you like your new home? Did you have any trouble getting there? It's not too far from the school, is it? Whoa, slow down, Dad. I haven't even seen this place yet. I just got off the bus a minute ago. Oh, right. Whoops. I didn't mean to get ahead of myself. My father laughs heartily as he speaks. So how was the ride over there? Full of fun and excitement? Don't ask. It was terrible. We crashed at least 4 times. Do you know how many creeps catch the bus? Not to mention the stale air and uncomfortable seats. Worse, I couldn't even afford to doze off. Missing my stop would be just the disaster to top off this momentous occasion. Wow, someone's feeling gloomy. Suck it up, princess! Suck it up, princess! A little bus ride never hurt anyone. And what happened to your enthusiasm from this morning? You were practically jumping for joy at the notion of moving out and attending school. You even changed into your uniform before leaving. You were prancing around like it was your first day of school. I was not. I just wanted to make sure it fit. Yet, you're still wearing it now, aren't you? I looked down at my own body. My legs were clad in knee socks up to my thighs. They stop a couple of inches before reaching my short skirt, which I have mixed feelings about wearing. The long-sleeved blazer I'm wearing is warm, and around my left breast is the school emblem. Below the blazer is a white shirt, also decorated with the school's emblem. Finally, the collar of the white shirt is held in place by a tie, neatly wrapped the whole outfit together. Ah, my precious daughter is finally moving out on her own. It feels like just yesterday that I was changing her diaper and reading the bedtime stories. Are you really going to be alright without me? Oh please, I'm a grown woman now, Dad. I can take care of myself. I'm not so sure about you, though. Make sure you eat properly and go to bed at a reasonable time, okay? Yes. I smirked to myself at my father's childish reaction. Although he's a good, responsible man, my father is not a serious person by nature. It's only when something big is going on that he seems to pull his act together. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Call me when you arrive at your new home, okay? I'll be around if you need... Ah, wait a second. Actually, there is one thing I'd like your help with. I take a look around and detail my surroundings to my father. Sounds like you got off one stop too early. Don't worry, your new school isn't far away. Just keep heading towards the heart of the city, and you'll find it in no time. And if you still can't find it, Papa will check your phone's GPS and give you street-by-street directions. How does that sound? Creepy beyond compare. I actually really like the whole tracking the iPhones or tracking the phones thing, because like if you get lost, someone can instantly like track your phone and be like, oh, he's over here. Or if someone steals your phone, it's like, oh, they're over at this McDonald's over here, or something like that. Thanks for the help, though. I should be able to figure it out from here. Alright, don't hesitate to call if you get lost again. I remember this one time when we went to the zoo, and I found you. Beep. I hurriedly pressed the end call button. Honestly, every chance he gets. I put my phone away and started walking. Following my father's directions, I soon found myself in front of my new high school. Ilium High School, a prestigious school inhabited primarily by the children of upper middle class families. Okay, so high school, not college. My bad. Thanks to my exemplary performance and attitude, not to mention my participation in extracurricular activities, I was given the opportunity to apply for a scholarship here. Not only was my application successful, but I am now the top student at Ilium High School. My battle hasn't ended yet, however. As a scholarship student, I must continue to excel lest my scholarship opportunity be revoked. Furthermore, I will be living by myself from now on, and don't know anybody in the city. This is my first step towards adulthood. Am I nervous? And as nervous as this whole situation makes me, I am without a doubt excited. Screech. Pulling me away from my thoughts. I turn my head to the sound of a bus coming to a halt reaches my ears. And it looks like that's the other sister. Or person. I guess. As the door opens, only a single person steps off. It's a girl carrying a large bag on her back. Even from behind, her long black hair and pure white skin catches my eye. She exudes I am not pronouncing that right. An unmistakable air of maturity despite appearing to be around my age. A cool beauty with an appeal I find my eyes immediately drawn to. But beyond her appearance, what I find is most captivating is her demeanor. She takes confident strides, not at all unbalanced by a large bag she's carrying. She appears strong, yet her arms and legs are not muscular. Her figure is lean, and her back is straight. She pushes her chest out naturally and walks in excellent posture. My age or not, she is undoubtedly more mature and adult than I am. As I stare at her figure, my mouth agape, I notice just how loudly my heart is beating. The mere sight of this girl causes my body to malfunction. My throat is paralyzed. My face is hot. And my heart is beating so quickly I fear it may burst. Yes? Good reaction. My heart jumps as the beautiful young woman addresses me. She stares straight into my eyes, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Executing confidence and strength I could only dream of possessing. If you don't want anything, then... The young woman turns around and begins to walk off. No. Please wait. My body reacts before my brain is able to formulate a plan. I don't mean to call out to the girl, but before I know it, I'm unconsciously reaching forward. Yeah? The girl raises an eyebrow at my sudden outburst. I think about what I can say, and why I called out to this total stranger. Perhaps I can ask if she's also a student? As I mentally assess my options, I become painfully aware of the girl's increasing annoyance. No, it's nothing. Sorry. Without saying a word, the young woman turns around once again, this time walking away for real. Simply watching her beautiful figure recede from my sight causes my chest to tighten in a manner I have never experienced before. Once she's gone, my chest suddenly relaxes, and I'm able to breathe once more. But before I can think too deeply about this unfamiliar feeling, our meeting comes to an end. Just who was that girl? I can have a couple of guesses. Following a lengthy walk, mostly thanks to my unfamiliarity with the area, I finally arrived at my new home. It's an apartment in the city, not too far away from my new school. Most of the students at Ilium High use the student dorms, but I unfortunately missed out on any vacancies this year. So for the time being, at least until a dorm room opens up, I will be living in an apartment rented by my father. Come to think of it, I pull my cell phone out once more and call my father. Hey, it's me again. Hi, me again. I'm Dad. I'm hanging up. Hold on. Don't go. I sigh and put my ear up to the phone once again. Anyway, I was just calling to say that I've arrived at the apartment. It took you this long to get here? You really should exercise more. I'd be that dad, just be a complete asshole like that. I glare at the phone as I hang up. Honestly, why do I even bother? I thought moving out would mean being free of my father's nonsense. My phone begins to vibrate just as I go to put it down. I sigh once more and answer the call. Dad, I've only just arrived. If you want to pester me, it can wait until... Hold on, there's something important I need to tell you. Don't go out after 9 p.m.? No? Well, yes, but something else. I was planning on telling you before you left, but you just looked so cute dancing around in your uniform that out with it, Dad. Okay. The thing is, you won't be living alone after all. Eh? I stared at my phone in surprise, completely baffled by my father's revelation. But what do you mean I won't be living alone? You promised that you would trust me to take care of myself. Besides, you work too far away. You can't seriously be thinking of staying with me. My father doesn't respond immediately. I imagine that he is wearing the same expression that I was only moments ago. Iris, I think you're misunderstanding something here. What I'm trying to tell you is, you'll be sharing the apartment with another Lilium high school student. It's going to take me a little bit to memorize that. My eyes slowly open wider as my father's words sink in. I had anticipated a quiet life of solitude during my stay here. A life of school, studying, and not much else. Having a housemate would undeniably change that. Another high school student? Sorry, I know you were looking forward to living alone. No, that's okay. I'm just surprised. I don't actually think that having a housemate would be a bad thing. I'm glad to hear that. I'd be in a difficult situation if you refused to live with her. Oh, and don't worry about her having an impact on your studies. Zoe usually keeps to herself. Zoe, huh? Okay, so a girl called Zoe will be living with me and attending the same high school as I am. I can work with that. Is there anything else I should know before we meet? Oh, I suppose there is one thing. I can hear the sound of my father scratching his face as he hesitates to answer. You see, you and Zoe already, have a connection. A connection? I think back over the people I've met. While I can't recall the names of everyone I've been introduced to, I'm fairly certain I don't know anyone called Zoe. Yes, although you've never met, the two of you already share a close bond. Okay. So what is this connection or bond or whatever? My father once again begins to scratch his face. Iris, Zoe is, how do I put this? She's your little sister. My little what? I respond in a flat tone, half convinced that my father was just screwing with me. I guess I should explain. Zoe has lived overseas for most of her life with her mother, so the two of you never had a chance to meet, which might be for the best, now that I think about it. Zoe can be a bit... My father trails off, unsure of how to best end such a leading statement. Well, at any rate, a fresh start might be just what each of you need. Okay, talk to you later, honey. Lots of love. Bye. Beep. That's one bombshell. I stare at my phone in my hand. The call ends before I can ask a single question of my father, who is no longer on the line. All I can hear is the sound of my own breathing. A little sister? You've got to be kidding me. I lived my entire life thinking and being told that I was an only child. Furthermore, my father raised me alone, and never really told me about my mother. I grew up thinking my mother was dead, or perhaps a deadbeat who ran out on us. In reality, it appears that she was living overseas with a little sister I never knew I had. Unbelievable. I've had a little sister all this time and never knew. Now, out of nowhere, we're going to be living together? This is just too much. Following a piece of news my father had left me at the last minute, I was left in a state of shock. In a daze, I decided to take a quick look around the apartment. I locate my bedroom, confirm the state of my belongings, and finally sit back and take it all in. As hard as it was to believe, this is my new home, an apartment rented by my father, but still mine. But before I can settle down and relax, there is another matter weighing on my mind. The other piece of news my father dropped on me at the last minute, the unplanned guest in my otherwise empty apartment. A little sister, my little sister. For the next 30 minutes I paced back and forth. Over and over again I passed by the boxes containing my belongings, and then enter every room in the house, one by one, before returning to the kitchen. I repeat this process as time slowly passes by me, as though waiting for something or trying to reach a conclusion. In reality, however, I have no clear goal. There is only a single thought on my mind, and pacing will not make it go away. As one might expect, from the moment my father nonchalantly made his declaration, my thoughts belong to a single person, my little sister Zoe. Though surprised, after a while, I'm not actually disappointed, and I'm certainly not angry. Instead, all I can think about is how I'll finally have the younger sibling I always wanted. Maybe I should lay down for a bit. I really do need to rest. Contrary to the advice I offer myself, I continue to pace. The excitement of having a little sister, one with whom I will soon be spending every day, is just too much to keep bottled up inside. A little sister. My very own little sister. I begin to imagine what she looks like and what we could do with one another. Will we cook together? Walk to school together? Will she need my help with her schoolwork? I'm definitely going to be a reliable older sister. I'll make certain that she knows I can be counted on. Come to think of it, how old is Zoe? My father said she was younger than me, but he didn't exactly say. And doorbell? My excited yet nervous pacing comes to a halt as I hear the sound at the door. I'm not expecting any visitors, and Zoe is the only roommate I've been told about. In my mind, the one ringing my doorbell can only be a single person. I ready myself to give her the best greeting that I can. Zoe? I rush to the front door and throw it open without pause or hesitation. The moment I do, I see a familiar face staring back at me blankly. Zoe? That's my name. You're Iris, right? Yeah, that's right. I shrink back and lower my voice. In front of me is the beautiful young woman whom I met earlier today. The cruel beautiful whom I thought to be my age, if not older. My little sister Zoe. Cool, looks like I got the right place. Zoe pushes past me without another word. She drops her large bag on the floor and places her hand on her lower back, stretching after carrying it around for so long. It's just us here? Eh? Oh yeah. Yes, it's just us. Awesome. Lock the door, will you? I want to take a look at my room. Oh, Zoe opens her bag and takes out a change of clothes. She then takes a quick look around, searching for the bedroom. I do have my own room, right? Oi, I'm talking to you. Do I have a room or not? I look down at my feet as I brace myself. I've spent the past half an hour thinking about this moment, wondering what I would do, what I would say. Yes, it's down the hall on the right. Zoe doesn't give a response, instead picking up her bags once more. So before Zoe can end our first meeting as sisters, I force myself to speak. Zoe, do you want to go get smoothies together? Huh? Where the hell did that come from? I just, look, I don't know what our father told you, but I'm just here to eat and sleep, got it? So go make yourself useful and unpack or something. I'll find the bedroom myself. Jeez. Zoe heads down the hallway and checks a few rooms. She soon finds her room and enters, closing the door behind her. Even after Zoe has left my sight, I continue to look towards the bedroom. Smoothies? What the hell? Standing in the hallway, I continue to replay that unbelievably awkward exchange in my head. What just happened? The girl from the park? That was Zoe? My little sister, whose existence I only just learned about, pushed straight past me, without any indication whatsoever that she even wanted to know me. Furthermore, Zoe is younger than me, and yet she's so tall and looks so mature for her age. In a way, it almost feels like I'm the one who should be her little sister. Suffice to say, this is definitely not how I pictured my first day of independence. I feel so weird just leaving her first encounter off that note. What should I do? Oh. I didn't save. It'd be smart to give her space and not be annoying. But it's like, what do I know? guess I'll go with give her space. That's what I would do. Save. Wait, is it? Oh, okay. No, I shouldn't take it personally. She's probably just really tired from traveling. She did come from out of town, so she probably just needs some alone time to rest. I shouldn't judge Zoe's personality off of a few short interactions. I'll probably have a chance to spend more time with her tomorrow. With that, I begin preparations for sleep. Beep. Groggily, I wake up the next morning when my alarm goes off at 7. I hit the snooze button several times and doze, finally hauling myself out of bed. I go to the bathroom to get washed up and notice that one of the towels hanging there is already wet. Apparently Zoe already got her morning shower. By the time I emerge from the bathroom, Zoe is nowhere to be seen in the apartment. Zoe? No answer. After what happened yesterday, I'm not sure whether to feel disappointed or relieved. As I expected, homeroom on my first day is introductions and going over the school's conduct handbook. After homeroom, my next class is calculus. It's right next door, and I'm one of the first students to arrive. I take a seat near the door. Hi, nice to meet you again. Hi, Iris. The students trickle in one by one, and I say hello to the classmates I already know, while offering a friendly nod to the new faces. Right as I'm about to take my seat, a familiar face pops out. My eyes widen as I realize it's Zoe's. She pokes her head around the corner of the door frame, as if unsure as to whether she's found the correct room, then steps through after confirming the number. Hi, Zoe. Huh? I'm so glad you came by to see me. What are you talking about? That is why you're here, right? Say hello to your sister? I don't mean to hold you up. You should get to your next class. This is my next class. You're taking calculus? But I thought you were a second-year student. This is the class that the assessment test placed me into. Wow, really? Zoe shrugs and walks into the room, scanning for an open seat. I pull out the chair next to me. You can sit here. Instead of sitting in the seat I pulled out, Zoe walks right past me and takes a seat at the other end of the room. She looks directly away from me, towards the windows. Wow, did Iris just get stood up? How embarrassing. Though she looks like a really plain girl. If I were that girl, I might sit somewhere else too. That's so mean. But it's true. I hear the murmurs of students around me, reacting to my interactions with Zoe, and blood rushes to my face. Looking down shamefully, I clench my hands in my lap. Why did I have to let my guard down like that? I'm thankful when the teacher finally calls the class to order. Quiet, everyone. Now, I have no intention of allowing this group classroom structure to evolve into social hour. We'll be having assigned seating. The classroom's collective groan hit my ears. Everyone get up and find your new seats. I look at the seating chart and suddenly realize that the new arrangements has put my seat right next to Zoe's. I locate my seat and Zoe plops herself down next to me. Whose idea of a cruel joke is this? No, I can't be like that. Let's make an effort, at least. I turn my head and smile at Zoe, but she avoids eye contact with me. Instead of looking towards the front of the room with a perpetually bored expression on her face. What should I do now? I need to save more. Try talking. And no response. I I think it's really cool that you managed to place into calculus as a second-year student. It must mean you're really smart and dedicated to your studies. Do you like math? Again, no reaction. I got the achievement smooth. I sigh dejectedly and open my notebook. Apparently, Zoe intends to ignore me for the rest of the class. I try to focus on my teacher's lesson, but I can't stop thinking about Zoe. She's sitting right next to me, and she seems completely oblivious to my existence. And not only do I have to spend the rest of the semester sitting next to her in calculus class, but we're living together in the same apartment? What have I gotten myself into? And it's evening time. After a long day at school, I gradually make my way home. And I think I'm going to save it here for my first episode. Woo. Hopefully, if the config files, or if the files on this won't corrupt like Everlasting Summer, there will be more of this. This game came out like 3 or 4 days ago. So far I like it. Good art style, so far a decent story. Person got rejected more than once by a sister that was apparently overseas. It'd be interesting to see more of this. And yeah. This is where I'll take my leave.